guys, well, something a little bit different now, even though my voice went a bit funny at the beginning there. I said I was going to do a bit of a sort of special thing to celebrate the fact that I've hit 150 subscribers. I actually now hit, at the time of this recording, 154. Sorry, I had to move the camera there because I realised it was a slight angle, which is never good. It is the camera's slight angle, it's not me, I'm not just going like that, yeah. Basically, I'm going to sort of go into how this channel come about, stuff like that, stuff about myself, blah 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 blah. So this is going to get a little bit serious because I've had a few things that have happened over the last 7 years. I'm not going into full detail on them, but I will bring it up, along with the future of the channel, stuff about me, blah blah blah, connections, blah blah, about the radio, how I got into doing the radio show as well, as some of you may know, and why I even started this channel. But I couldn't think of anything else to do for a bit of a special, so I'm going to be buggered once I get to the 500 subscribers special, if I ever get that many subscribers. But before I go any further, I want to say a massive thank you to all of you who have subscribed to the channel. I never thought I would reach 10 subscribers, let alone 150, well over 150 now. It's kind of mind-blowing to me that you poor sods have put up with me rambling on and talking crap and doing my reviews and everything, most of which are unscripted, because I feel that gives it a more kind of pure feeling, because it's pure emotion from literally the second the album I'm listening to finishes to me actually going on the mic. There's like about a minute delay while I get everything set up with the video and everything. I feel that's better for doing reviews, as it were. If I was to script it, then I might overthink things and stuff. But thank you very much for sticking with the channel. Even if you only watch the videos every now and again, only if you subscribe, you only ever watch one video. Massive thank you to you guys. You guys are one of the reasons that I continue doing this, and I want to thank you very much for keeping me going. But anyway, let's get into this, shall we? This is the Psychosin Project's 150 subs on YouTube vlog special. So for those of you who are new to the channel or just wondering about me myself, I am Psychosin. I'll go by the name DJ Psychosin on my show. My actual name is Ronnie Jenkinson. I am from Essex, southeast Essex in England, a little town called Southend-on-Sea. Some of you may have heard of it, which has one of the longest piers in the UK, possibly in the world, I can't remember. Which burned down twice as well, thanks to a load of chavvy vandals, but there we go. I am 35, I was born in 1982. Great year, because that was a year of a very good Slayer album, well, a classic Slayer album, as it were, and I believe Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden, so metal was kind of my destined future, as it were. Also, I think the band I'm wearing released an excellent album, but my mind's not working right now. I can't remember what album it was. I used to have long hair, obviously no longer due to, as you can see, unfortunate balding at my age. As for my past, I used to front an extreme stroke death metal band called Visualize This. We released 2 EPs that are floating about somewhere. They were called Corporal Mortification and Blood on Your Hands. I was the vocalist. Probably damaged my throat in many amusing ways during those years, but the funny thing about that band was when I joined, it was 2 weeks before they'd already booked a gig and their original vocalist just wasn't working out. So I come in, started writing songs with the guys, and I'm like, oh, we got a gig coming up in about, it was 2-3 weeks. I was like, oh right, excellent. Slightly nervous because I'm not the most, how can I put it, not the most popular person in the world. No, apart from that, I'm not the most comfortable person in the world, especially on stage. I know it might seem strange with me doing like these videos, being on YouTube and doing the radio show, etc. But back then I was even worse. I don't know what we call it, social anxiety, but I had a lot of nerves going on. I'd never been on stage before at that point. Anyway, wrote the songs, we get to the gig, and it was a pub called Rusty in Arms, and now many of you are possibly already going, hang on, I know that name. Well, as I found out, it was an all-day festival going on full of metal and extreme metal bands. We were on quite early on in the day, if I remember rightly. And basically, while I was there, I was thinking to myself, why do I know the name of this pub? And it transpired that the Ruskin Arms is where Iron Maiden started. So no pressure to be good, you know. And it's also on the, if you look at the cover to Somewhere in Time by Iron Maiden, it's on there. They actually have the sign for the Ruskin Arms in the background on there. And so that added extra nervousness. I went on stage, apparently done a very good job. I personally thought I was crap. But as the years went on, we went on for another 3-4 years, I do believe. I got better and better on stage, and the band continued writing songs. The only reason the band ended was because it was myself and 3 brothers, the Molyneux brothers. First of all, I want to say a massive thank you to those guys for letting me be part of the band, taking me on despite my lack of experience and everything, and for giving me the chance to actually do that. The reason we ended is because, well, it was 3 brothers. Richard, who was on drums, he got very drunk one night, done some kind of flying kick or something, landed incredibly badly on his knee, and to the point that he has buggered his knee up pretty much for life, I do believe. He couldn't play drums anymore. The other 2 brothers didn't want to continue under that name without him, so Visualise This came to an end, which was a shame, but stuff happens. Still looking for another band to start fronting. We'll see what happens there. As for other stuff in my life, the radio show was going to a moment, YouTube obviously as well, and yeah, I don't know what else to say about myself. Oh, I've got 6 tattoos, if you're wondering. They're all band logos, actually. I've got my Fear Factory logo there, Soulfly, Zyklon, band that are sadly no longer around, Strapping Young Lad, Emperor there, which is a bit hard to get on camera, and my Killing Joke tattoo there. A lot of Killing Joke going on in this conversation, but apart from that, used to be thinner, but I'll get into what happened there a bit later on. Used to have long hair, and used to be what that guy who used to wear red and black nail varnish, which I'm considering going back to, personally because of many reasons. One, it was the new metal thing back in the 2000s, part of the reason I got into metal. That, and also the reason I've done red and black is because I am very, very much a person who finds people who get angry about people's sexuality and all that. I find them fucking hilarious, to be honest with you. If you're getting that incensed just because, say, a man fancies another man, or a woman fancies another woman, or 2 guys are kissing, or a man is now a woman, or a woman is now a man, or all of that. If you're getting angry over that, and not other things in the world that are far more important, then you have personal, deep-seated issues. I don't know why I squeaked them. And really, you should probably take a look at yourself. I am very much a believer in love is love whoever you want, and if people have an issue with that, bollocks to them. So there we go. That is about myself and my views on that, and let's move on with the video, shall we? So the channel started, well, I started the channel back in May 2011. I've literally just looked it up on YouTube. It started as a gaming channel with a little bit of music on there, because I do believe I actually reviewed a Radiohead album on here. This was before YouTube was majorly into the whole monetization thing. And the reason I started the channel was because I am a big gamer geek. I will not deny this. Obviously, along with a big music geek as well. But I found that at the time I weren't going out that much. It was about 2011. I had some issues that I'll get into later, and I just wasn't really going out. To be honest with you, there's nowhere really to go out in Southend at the time. I didn't have much money either because I weren't working. Not much changed in the last 6 years, but anyway. And I just needed something to sort of do more than anything else, because as much as I love gaming, you need a break from it every now and again. I thought, you know what, maybe I should start my hand at, becoming something of a critic. I still haven't got anything to record video game footage, as it were, straight from the Xbox or anything. Got to get that sorted. But I started very much back then, back when I had long hair. So there is video evidence that not only was I younger, but I also had long hair and was thinner. But I was still a complete tit. So there you go. Some things never change. But yeah, I took a break from the channel for a good 2 years after a while because I had a few things going on, and basically I couldn't afford games anymore at the time, so I didn't really have much to critique, as it were, because I couldn't afford to buy new games for the 360 at the time, because the Xbox One and the PS4 wasn't out at the time. And when I come back was after I started the DJing again. I started doing music reviews because I started getting contacts within record labels and everything, which I'll get into again later on. And started the music videos and all that back then, the music reviews. And yeah, I've sort of been doing this channel now consistently for about 3-4 years. There's been the odd break where it's taken a month due to either laptop issues, such as last week where the damn audio jack pin broke off in the audio jack connector. Fun times. Along with I've had I've started working on that. I've just been so tired I've not been able to get around to actually doing reviews. But I'm hoping to continue the channel going. Obviously it's grown a hell of a lot over those last 4 years. I mean, 150 subscribers, you know. I think when I revived the channel, as it were, I was on about 15. So I've gained a lot of subscribers since then. But yeah, the reason I started the channel, revived the channel, I said why I started it. The reason I revived the channel is because I wanted to start bringing more focus onto albums that maybe were going under the radar for people, and that I felt they should check out, and let people know my personal thoughts on new albums. And also, I have been seeing a lot of unsigned bands, I still do, that just weren't getting the love and weren't getting the attention they deserved. And I'll go into what those bands are later on, but I wanted to do something about this. I'm a big believer in the unsigned bands getting the attention they deserve if they're good. I mean, I've heard some terrible ones, that I'm not going to deny that, but there's some really good ones out there, like Hearts Under Fire, who I keep harping on about, Forged in Black, Pretty Addicted. You know, all these bands are absolutely superb and really deserve more attention. I will continue to harp on about them until a record label bleeding takes notice, takes these bands under their wing and sees their potential, you know. So yeah, that is why and how the channel started. Now this is the section where things are going to get a little bit serious. As I mentioned previously, I won't going out much. The last 7 years for me have not been the easiest at all. Now this isn't the easiest thing for me to talk about. I'm not going into full details on it, but basically back in 2010, I do believe it was, 2009, 2010 even, there was a guy around the Southend area who's always had a bit of an issue with me. He started a rumour that accused me of something incredibly bad, and that has attached a stigma to myself for some people, that I can disprove with something that I've got here. I thought I forgot to bring it over then. I won't go into what I was accused of, but basically he accused me of it. A load of people believed him because he supposedly had evidence, and at the time I was dating a girl called Kat. She told me that it had been all put all over Facebook and everything, and I literally sort of, at the time I was getting sick of Southend as it was. I'm not going to deny it. Southend's a great town, don't get me wrong. Southend's a great town with great people for the most part, but it can grind you down. It's like living in London, I suppose. After a while you kind of, it's like, oh, I could get this gig there, get this gig there, but then you get them times where it's just like everything's doing me in. I was kind of getting to that point with Southend 7-8 years ago. And this was kind of the cherry on top of it, as it were, when all this went on, and loads of people believed it. That was the thing that irks me to this day. Loads of people believed it and are still believing this thing about me. I'm not going to say what it is because I am trying my best to move on from it. But it's attached a stigma to me for a lot of people, and I lost 90% of what I would have called my friends back then. Now I would call them something different for believing that. Something beginning with C and ending with TS. But there we go. Oh, get a little bit venomous there. But yeah, basically I was going out with this girl called Kat. She was going to uni up in Hatfield and said to me, look, you want to get away from Southend, I live up there during my uni years, uni years, that is the right word, come live with me for a bit. So I moved up there for 6 months, all this continued bubbling away downhill, people, me losing more supposed friends by the day who believed this crap, not even asking me whether it was true or not. Now this reached an apex when, after about 3 months of living in Hatfield with my other half at the time, I had a phone call. The phone call was from the police in Chelmsford. They asked me to come in because this thing had been taken to them. This rumour, and I will admit, I will say this now, it was a rumour. But I got asked to go in for an interview because it was quite a serious thing I'd been accused of by this person. So I went down, I had the interview, spent 3.5 hours in a holding cell while they waited for someone to come, like a lawyer type person, to come down, just because legally they kind of have to do that. Anyway, 3.5 hours, during which time it started getting dark and they forgot to turn the lights on in the holding cell. Fun. I actually thought I'd been forgotten about. I'll tell you now, 3.5 hours in a holding cell is not the most fun thing in the world, especially if it starts getting dark. Anyway, finally everything got arranged. I got taken in for an interview. They went through everything, and obviously I disproved everything. Everything they brought in front of me, I went, right, oh, you've been accused of this. We just need to investigate it. We looked into this and this. I did the interview. I said to them, look, this is what's actually happened. This is what's going on. This guy has got a problem with me. Blah blah blah. Obviously, I got let go. No charge brought against me, and they found me completely innocent. They could see it was just a load of crap made up by this person. And to further cement this, and for those who are watching this, who may also still think that I am indeed talking out of my arse and that I am indeed guilty of such things, this is an SIA licence. Now I got this last year. Now, for those who don't know what an SIA licence is, because I don't know if it's in any other country, it's Security Industry Authority. Now, you can't get one of these or be approved for one of these if you have any kind of criminal record. That is my proof that I have no criminal record. It is authentic, there you go. Very, very bad picture of myself. Jesus Christ. I look like some kind of bleeding criminal. That's not good, is it? Anyway, yes, so all that happened, but I returned to Southend in 2010, got my own flat down here. Me and Kat did break up. I'm not going to go into that. And as I said, I lost 90% of my friends. I had spent the last 7 years getting the confidence to start going to clubs and that again, because I was going out just before I moved up to Hatfield, and I was being looked at like absolute scum, and I still am by some people. Very, very stupid people who believe rumours and hearsay. There's my evidence. I've just shown you it, that it was indeed absolute crap. The other obvious evidence is that if what I was accused of was true, I'd be in prison. I've never done prison time. Yes, I've been in a holding cell, but that was because they needed to wait until they could do the interview. That is not prison. I have no criminal record. So, if you are one of these stupid people who believe that crap about me, stop believing it. I believe I proved that it is wrong. However, over those 7 years, I was living alone, but I still am living alone technically. But in the old flat, which, funny enough, is just around the corner from where I'm living now. I apparently didn't move very far. And I started building my confidence up, started the YouTube channel, and got into radio as well. Still have a lot of people who believe this crap about me. As I said, it is now attached a stigma to me and everything I do, and I'm not happy about that, because that's going to be something that's going to be stuck to me for life, and that is not an easy thing to live with. I do my best to come across as happy and dealing with things, but that is not an easy thing to deal with now, that even though you have continuously disproved everything that you were accused of, people are still believing it, and people still won't speak to you. because they think you are this person. I'm not this person. I hate that I still have people who I thought were bloody good friends at the time just won't speak to me, just look at me like I'm scum nowadays. I'm only admitting this because it affected me in ways that people don't realise. If I do have moments where I don't go out anything, it's because it's flooding back to me. I'm thinking, am I going to go there and just have to put up with a night of people spreading this stuff again, or looking at me like I'm scum all night? I don't want to do that. I refuse to frigging do that, because why should I? Why should I put up with this? Admittedly, it may mean I've got some kind of mild case of depression. I genuinely don't know. I've never looked into it or thought about it enough to think, you know, maybe I should see a doctor about this. But as you can see, it's affected me in many ways. Whether it's, you know, affected the hair loss, I don't know. That's probably just a hereditary thing. Cheers, Dad. But apart from that, it's where I've been in all the time. I suppose you call it comfort eating, I don't know. I put on a lot of weight and try to lose that, and it knocks my confidence quite a lot, which is another reason I started the YouTube channel, because I need to get that confidence back up. But that is the last 7 years. I'm not going to go into it. If you really want to know what's accused of, you are welcome to contact me on Facebook and I will explain the whole thing. But instead I decided to sort of come out about this on a public forum like YouTube, instead of just telling people face to face, because I am the most intelligent man in the world. But yeah, that is my last 7 years, something I felt I needed to say, clear the air. But yeah, obviously what I was accused of is bollocks. I will continue to say it's bollocks. I will continue to disprove it to anyone who comes up to me and accuses me of it. It has affected my link to one or two local bands, I will admit that. I won't name them, but one of them wished me happy birthday last year, and then someone tried to kick this rumour off again. That band said they couldn't be associated with me anymore. More for them, because they now don't get the promotion of me playing them on a station, because I am not going to be playing a band that believes some bull crap about me. You may call that petty, I call that, well, I don't know, I've not really got anything. I didn't think that sentence through. But if you're going to believe stuff like that, no, you don't want to be associated with me. If you're not going to be associated with me, I'm not going to promote your band. Simple as that, really. So there we go. Anyway, that is the last 7 years, and let's move on to something a little bit happier, to clear the air, because yeah, it's getting a bit too serious. The 4-year radio career I've had so far. All of this you can thank lay the blame at a man known as Pitbull. Now Pitbull used to be on I think it was Total Rock, if I remember rightly, but the way I know him is back in the early 2000s through to about, probably about 2009, I think. He used to do a metal night down here, or several metal nights down here. Started in the Kurzel down here in Southend, then it got moved to the Minerva and several other locations, but generally I was going to it was at the Kurzel and then the Minerva. He was the main DJ. He had some other guys who were local as well, helped him with some of the DJing as well, so he could take a break, have a good beer and everything. And during those years, I became mates with him. Now a few people have issues with Pitbull. That is their problem. I'm not going to go into that. It's not a place for that. But anyway, this leads on to how I got into the radio. Basically, Pitbull had started a radio station with a guy from America. I'm not going to name him because reasons. Called Total Metal Radio. And one day on Facebook, about 2012, I think it was, Pitbull put up a sort of pub an advert saying, "Oh, we're looking for DJs. If you're interested, let me know." Now, I have a fairly extensive CD collection. It's possibly over 2,000 CDs now, and I thought, you know what, I could do this. So I contacted him and said, "Look, dude, I'm more happy to do this. I've got the time, and you know, more than happy to do a trial and all that. If you think I'm good enough, take me on. He gave me a call. We had a chat. Got everything going. He got me onto Total Metal Radio, and I DJ'd there for about 3 years. That ended in 2016 because the owner decided to close it down. However, the owner decided to close it down, citing the reasons and blaming myself and 3 other DJs who were the ones who were getting the listeners in as the reason that the station failed. That station has now come back. Now, if you're wondering, there is no goddamn way in hell I will ever do a radio show for that person again, or that station, because I do not appreciate being blamed for station failure. Me and these other guys, the other DJs, Dr. Evil and others, we worked our asses off. I spent much of my own money, which, considering my job situation has been fluctuating, let's say, over the last 4 or 5 years, I didn't really have the money to get to London to do band interviews and all that, but I did do the band interviews. I spent my own money. I even sacrificed weeks of money that was for food for me to go and do these band interviews to try and bring more listeners into the station. Now, before you're wondering if I'm still on about Pitbull, no, Pitbull left the station in 2013, I believe. He did come back briefly, then left again for his own personal reasons. So this is none of this blame is on Pitbull. You know, Pitbull helped me get my radio career. I cannot thank him enough for that, because that has led to me meeting many of my favourite bands, interviewing them several times, having some fantastic interviews, improving my ability to interview, improving my interviews themselves, and improving my radio shows by having the chance to do it live and everything. So Pitbull, you're an absolute diamond, mate. I thank you very much for that, and hopefully we can meet up again soon, mate, and have a few drinks and everything, because I basically owe you my radio career. And as I said, anyone who doesn't like my radio show, you can clearly place the blame at his feet. Anyway, in 2016, TMR ended, and a guy who used to DJ on there, very briefly actually, called Scott, he had started another station called That Metal Station. Once TMR ended, within about a week of me having no radio station, I put up a Facebook status saying, you know, looking for another station because that had ended. He contacted me and said, look, I liked your show. Why did you like my show, Scott? Why? But he said, yeah, look, I've got a station going, always loved the show. I know you brought people in, you had some loyal listeners, everything. If you want, come, be part of my station. I accepted his offer, started again. I've now been part of That Metal Station for about 1.5 years. I've enjoyed every moment of it. Scott, otherwise known as DJ Guilty, he actually knows what he's doing with the station, with the legalities, the promotion, everything. The guy lives for that station, something TMR was lacking. He knows what he's doing. He does everything above board as best that he can. If he can't do it above board, he won't do it. He's trying to make the station better and better, as all the DJs are. And I cannot recommend him as a boss enough. Even if he does like to rib on me just because I happen to be English and one of about 3 English DJs on the station, because he is a bastard. But anyway, no, seriously, Scott, mate, I don't say it enough, mate, but thank you very, very much for letting me continue my radio career and continue to improve my show. Again, you're another absolute diamond, and I cannot thank you enough for taking me on, man. Also, good luck with the job hunt, because I know you've just cut your hair off. So welcome to the Short Hair Club. Except yours was chosen, mine I had no goddamn choice. So yeah, I do the station, do the show, Psychosin Project on there, every Sunday from 2 PM GMT, 9 AM EST. If you ever want to check it out and haven't yet. Mainly metal and rock. Well, it is all metal and rock if you've not checked it out. But you want to be interested in hear this guy speaking to you live? Go for it. Come tune in. In fact, check out That Metal Station in general, because we have not got one bad DJ on that station. We haven't even got one lesser DJ. All the DJs on there sort of hit it out of the park. If there is lesser DJs, probably me, to be honest with you, but there we go. So yeah, that is how I got into radio. So massive thank yous to Pitbull for helping me start my radio career, and to Scott for letting me continue it. Also, I have to give a special mention to Dr. Evil, Scrinkles as well, for helping me know when my show was alright, helping me improve it. And a guy who unfortunately passed away a few years ago, but was a big help to me. Always supported what I was doing, always a massive influence in my life. The guy known as Ogre, he unfortunately passed away of, I believe it was a heart attack in 2014, if memory serves correct. Absolute diamond of a guy. He done an absolute superb show, and I still miss him every day, as does anyone who ever DJ'd with him or knew him. He was an absolute influence on me, helped me improve my show, helped me know where I was going wrong. Ogre, we miss you, fella. Rest in peace, dude. We're still thinking of you. This all got very, very serious, so I'm going to move on to the next subject. Nub subject? What's a nub subject? So, some of you know that every week I do a podcast, usually with my co-host Benedict, otherwise known as Attic Ghost. Before I go any further, I'm going to say this: go check out his channel. Seriously, Attic Ghost is absolutely superb. He's brutally honest about himself in those videos. He's a fun guy. I don't mean he's mushroom or anything. I mean he is literally. He's great to watch. He's just got some kind of personality about him that screams across the screen. One of the nicest guys I've met, especially over the last year or so. Now the Attic Ghost connection is this: basically, I got recommended a band called Sugar Plum Suicide. Another awesome band, go check him out. And I think I listened to him, started playing them. He started listening to my show, started being in the chat room. We got talking in there, and then in October last year, I went to London to interview the Birthday Massacre and Chibi and Rainbow. We got to the end of the gig. I was out the back helping my mate Steph get back into her car because she's disabled. And suddenly someone behind me sort of just heard a voice from behind me go, "Psychosin." I look round and there's a massive, like a 6 foot something bearded German man, long haired goth man, staring at me, pointing at me going, "Psychosin." And I thought I was about to get the crap kicked out of me. Anyway, I sort of said, yes, because I'm not used to people recognising me. And he sort of introduced himself, and like, I've got his name, proper name, all that. We got speaking, got on really well. It was very, very brief, that first meeting. And it's unfortunately the only time I've actually met Attic Ghost in person. Obviously with him living in Germany, me in England. Bit of a divide, but we've been speaking on Facebook ever since. I said to him about doing the podcast, if he wanted to come on one week. He did. The chemistry there, as you can hear in those earlier podcasts, absolutely superb between me and him. So I invited him to be the regular co-host, as it were. Along with recently Natalie and Joe are going to become regular co-hosts of the podcast as well. And then I started watching his channel, and because I didn't know he had a YouTube channel at the time. And yeah, really loved his videos, still do. He puts vlogs and all that up there. And I really hope we get to meet in person again, because we got to do some collab videos, man. If you watch this, really got to do some proper collaboration videos. But yeah, that is how me and Attic Ghost ended up getting together and collaborating on any videos you see, or any podcasts or anything. He's a great guy. Go support his channel. As I said, just look up Attic Ghost, you'll find it. Watch his videos. The ones about the Birthday Massacre, absolutely superb. He's a little bit obsessed. Tiny amount obsessed. Just leave it at that. Now the the future of the channel. Well, this is an interesting one. I'm going to try and continue doing some of the top 10s. Going to continue doing the ranked series when I can think of bands to do. I know there's plenty of bands to do, but it's what I want to do next that is the issue I'm having. Going to continue doing the incoming, the underground rises, the underground bands, the unsigned bands. Also, I've started bringing the gaming back. Hopefully you guys are enjoying that video. Going through my gaming pass along with just general muckabout videos as well. The reason I'm doing that is because I said at the beginning of this video, I am a gamer geek. I would love to get like the equipment to record Xbox One games so I can do maybe a few full playthroughs. I'm considering doing a few full playthroughs of adventure games from my past bits, finding ones that haven't been done to death. So I won't be doing things like Monkey Island and that, because really all the LucasArts games, everyone's done them, you know. I can't really add anything to them. I might do sort of Yahtzee's adventure games that he did, and I'm thinking doing Gabriel Knight, the first one, because that was one of my favourite adventure games ever back in the day. Really did love that game, along with trying to remember other ones. And it also depends on what ones I can get to run on Windows 10. So yeah, the gaming's coming, gonna stay. The music's staying as well. Obviously, depending on Patreons and when I'm working, I'll try and get a better camera and everything, because I'm still going through a webcam. I did like a proper sort of digital handheld camera thing to record things, so things are a lot clearer. Got to get better mic and everything, and just continue improving the channel for you guys, and hopefully find better things to actually edit my videos together with, because I am aware that VideoPad video editor is not the greatest, and I've got to look into other video software, video editing software to make things better. But there we go, that is the future of the channel. I'm going to continue going, I'll continue trying to do at least 2 to 3 videos per week, more if I can. Also, you've got to understand, I'm still looking for a job as well. But there we go. Anyway, again, a massive thank you. First of all, if you made it to the end of this video, good, well done to you for listening to me blabber on for so long. Thank you very much to all of you who have subscribed and watch all the videos. You guys are absolutely mind-blowingly fantastic. Hopefully we can make this channel bigger. Hopefully we can make the radio show bigger as well. Feel free to listen to the channel. Feel free to listen to the radio show. Put your comments below. Hopefully I can continue to keep you engaged, to continue supporting the channel. If you want to become a patron and help me make the channel better, the link is down there at the bottom as always. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time. So I've just finished editing the rest of the video again. I realised there was something else I wanted to say. Really, it's a bit of a extra little thing, as it were. Now I just want to say that if you're out there and you're watching these videos and you're, say, a younger guy or younger or whatever, it does not matter who you fancy or love, whether they be a gay person, a straight person, a transgender person, whether they be a bigger woman, a bigger lad, a thinner lad, whatever. I personally like generally women who are curvy to bigger. I hate using the word bigger, and I definitely hate using the word fat, but I generally like curvier women myself. I just want to say, it doesn't matter. You love who you love. You fancy who you fancy. Don't ever let anyone else kind of dictate who you should fancy. Don't let the media dictate it. Don't let me dictate it. Don't let anyone dictate it. If you like bigger women, then you go get yourself a bigger woman. If you like thinner women, you go get yourself a thinner woman. If you are gay and you fancy men, or if you're a lady and you fancy women, you go get yourself a man or a woman. If you are into transgender people, you go get with those people. In the end, you love who you love. Society has this big stigma on it of oh, it's wrong to be gay, or it's wrong to be into transgender people. You know what? Bollocks to it. Ignore it. Ignore the media. Ignore everything that's being said. I am here to tell you, love is what it is. It is love. It's the purest form of expression here in this world. And basically, I don't care whether you're gay, straight, gender neutral, gender queer, transgender, whatever, you love who you love. I'm going to continue fancying curvier to bigger women because that's just what I fancy. So there you go. As for my own sexuality, well, I'm not going to go into that because not really anything that I want to go into. Also, got to keep a bit of mystery, haven't you? But no, basically his final message is just to say that, you know, if you take anything else away from this video apart from some balding 35-year-old talking a load of bollocks at you for about 30-40 minutes, it is, no matter what everyone is telling you, if you fancy someone, you fancy them. If you love someone, no matter what they look like, no matter who they are, no matter what gender they are, or non-gender in some cases that they are, then you do you, basically. You be you, you love who you love. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll say it again, because as I said, I've recorded this after I've edited everything else. I've got to edit this extra bit in as well. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.